5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Salvatore finally makes eye contact with the coach. My father told me about the war before he went away. He says General Scafachiverse took it too far with the whole battleship thing. He called it Italian on Italian crime.
Welcome to I remember that. Welcome to the Scafachiverse.
Hey everybody, welcome to the Scafachiverse. I am Anthony Scafachi.
I'm Alan Gigax.
I'm Trever Hellgren.
And we are back for another amazing episode of the Scafachiverse. Thank you.
Hey, don't oversell.
Yeah, dude, you gotta sell something.
Yeah, I guess that's
So
true.
I want to thank everybody for joining us every week. I want to thank you for subscribing, downloading it, tell your friends.
There was
share.
something new you wanted to tell people to do during this time. Do you remember what it was?
That we, our episodes come out every single
There
Wednesday.
you go.
So you can catch us every Wednesday anywhere you get your podcasts.
Yeah, you're damn right.
Yeah, I wish I would have remembered that the other two episodes so I could have said it. But hey, it's out there now.
Yeah.
And so so you know what? We're gonna get going with our episode, but
I
first
agree.
we have a Just the Tip.
We do.
Yeah, and what is our sponsor for Just the Tip?
The sponsor is Bruisin', makers of distinguished malt beverages since 1938. Give that fella a bruisin'. He's earned it.
All right, Al. So you told me you have a good tip. So
I do have a tip.
I love these.
Yes, it is about staying organized.
Okay.
And I put effort into staying organized. Like, for example, when I come in my front door, there is a sideboard table there, and it has a drawer in it with a little cubby, and that's where I put my wallet and keys every single time. That is where they always go, no matter what. And, I have so many little things like that. Like my wedding ring always goes on this ring holder that's on top of the dresser. And I cannot tell you the last time I lost my wallet, the last time I lost my keys. When I get out of the keys. So one time, when I was getting out of my car, I closed the trunk and my keys were inside the trunk.
Uh-oh.
And that's bad.
Yeah.
Because it's very hard to get them out of the trunk. And so now every time I close the trunk, I make sure I know where my keys are. That I have my keys in my hand before I close the trunk or before I lock the car or whatever. And I do all these things because I'm lazy.
Yeah.
It is driven by laziness in the fact that you waste so much time and energy just looking for shit. What did I do with this? And goddamn, it's so much easier if everything just has its place. You put it in that place, and it has simplified my life so much. There's minimal effort on the front end to not waste this huge effort of finding shit and stuff on the back end.
Well, good for you.
So there you go.
Way to go.
That's a great tip, Alan.
Yeah.
I guess I'm even lazier than you. What I've done is I've taken it's more expensive is to put Apple AirTags on everything.
There you go. Same idea. Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's a great tip. That's way
One
less
on each
expensive.
kid, right?
Yeah, exactly.
One on the wife. Now I know where
So
everybody is.
Trevor and I are both mailmen.
Yes.
And, it's a good example like when you're getting your mail ready in the morning, that the more organized you get it in the morning, the more you have shit dialed in, the easier it is to deliver throughout the day.
Yep.
And that's a laziness issue. And that's why I do it.
I don't necessarily look at because it takes effort to be.
It does, but
organized.
it takes more effort if you're
Yeah.
disorganized.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I don't know if it's drawn out of laziness or just working smarter, not harder.
Well, that's laziness too. The not harder part is the part that I'm interested in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You joked about it.
Yeah.
But you can actually, I think they're Skechers to where you could put an Apple AirTag into the shoe so you can actually track your kids around.
I like it. Yeah. We're gonna do
Yeah.
those later.
Yeah, instead of putting it in the prison wallet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
They're not
Yeah.
fans of that.
No,
So-
that's true. Maybe the first one or two times, and then they start to resist.
Yeah, they hide.
Slow down. Oh, man. Can never trust with.
Well,
so
that gets us right into our topic,
it
doesn't it?
segues right into the topic.
Yeah.
So today, the main topic that we want to talk about is intrusive thoughts.
Right.
Because everybody gets them, right? Apparently, Alan gets them, while on the air.
I do. I get them all the time.
And so we were going to talk about intrusive thoughts. And for those of you who do not know, intrusive thoughts are like those things you think when you probably shouldn't be thinking them. And sometimes they can be very, very harmful. And so, want to throw a little disclaimer out there. We don't want anybody to do anything rash or hurt themselves or anything like that. because people do sometimes have negative, intrusive thoughts where they consider hurting themselves. And, if that's you, then
Hurting others.
Yeah, hurting others. But it's a very common
Yeah.
intrusive
The key
thought.
with these intrusive thoughts is you don't do them.
Yeah, you got to fight them off.
Yeah, that's right. The skill is to fight them off.
Yeah,
to
you
not do it.
And so,
Yeah.
one of the most common intrusive thoughts
No.
is referred to as calling to the void, which
Okay.
is like the bad intrusive thought where you're going to do some kind of risky behavior that you shouldn't do. So, like, I have an example,
Okay.
of one that I have quite often.
Okay, so you're going to start us off.
Yeah,
The
I'll
first
start us
intrusive
off.
thought.
And
You're
so-
not going to give your deepest ones, are you? That are incriminating.
No, I got to stay away from those.
Okay.
This one is, I've had the same one for a long time.
Mhm.
And what it is, I go and I rent a U-Haul, like a big fucking U-Haul.
All right.
And I get
The one
all,
with Grandma's attic?
Yeah, and I get
Okay.
all my shit. And I load it into that U-Haul.
Okay.
And then I take off through the desert towards a cliff.
Uh-huh.
And I just drive the U-Haul.
Like Thelma and Louise.
Yeah, straight off a cliff with all my shit.
Okay.
Because it makes such a huge mess. Right? And the idea is that it's an intrusive thought because it's obviously a bad
It's not.
idea.
Yeah, it's nonsensical.
Yeah, right. But
if
it's
it was
like,
a good idea, you would just do it.
yeah, but
Yeah.
like, dude, this is like something where you just,
So
every once in a while.
What
just
do you
pop
think
in
that
there.
comes from with wanting to do it with all of your stuff?
I don't know. That's the thing is I'm not sure, but it's always that I just load up, just get all my shit and just
Right.
put it in, just stuff it into this fucking U-Haul, and then just do it, as fast as I can, 80 miles an hour or whatever.
Right.
Straight off a cliff, not with like a jump, just like
Yeah,
a flat level cliff.
I gotcha.
And so like it just kind of careens down and lands, like head first, which obviously would be bad. But then the mess, all my shit just goes everywhere.
Yeah.
And to me, that's just,
I feel like about halfway down, you'd start wishing that instead of Thelma and Louise, it was like Pee-wee's Big Adventure,
Yeah.
where they put up the convertible top and they just slowly float down.
no.
Yeah.
So that's a common one that I have, and a lot of people have similar versions
Okay.
of this, where like step off the edge of a building, step out into traffic,
Sure.
do bad
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah,
right?
of course.
And so it's a very common one that comes, is these intrusive thoughts that people deal with every day. And you have to fight that shit off.
Yeah.
And so most of mine are not harmful. Most of mine are fucking shenanigans. Right?
Okay.
And so, do you have any?
Yeah, so to me, the intrusive thought that is so common and all-pervasive that it's not even worth talking about is sexual in nature. That an attractive woman walks by, I want to touch her boobs, I want to touch her butt.
Yeah.
I want to do things like that. So I don't even count that. That's just a continuous real
That's
thing.
just your default setting.
Yeah, that is my default setting. And because I am an incredibly strong and good person, I don't do it.
Yeah. Do you have a staring problem?
I do. And I'm trying
And so I
to get a
guess
little better
that
at
is
that too.
that's the fight. Is that
yeah.
it's like your compromise.
Right, you're right.
Yeah.
exactly.
I can't do this.
Yeah,
so I'm gonna stare a hole.
I'm going to imagine doing it.
Ah,
I'm
man.
going to imagine it in vivid detail with my hyper-fantasia ability to picture things in my mind, but I'm not going to do it. So that one doesn't even count. Right?
Okay.
The intrusive thoughts that are a little more intrusive, because if it's there with you all the time, it's not intrusive.
No,
That's just your friend.
Yeah.
This is my friend, sexual
Back off.
deviance. Yeah. Yeah. So, which is maybe how I should be introduced.
Yeah.
Hey, this is my friend. So it's, hey, Kool-Aid.
What?
The old Kool-Aid commercials, when the kids would be like getting ready to play and they'd be like, hey, Kool-Aid. And then what does the Kool-Aid man do?
Just crash through a wall.
Yeah, he comes busting through the wall. And so, like, this comes up a lot at the post office, where I will see a letter carrier with, like, this big tray of letters in front of him, like in the DPS tray, the soft tray.
Yeah.
And I want to go up and give, like, a front kick to the tray, just hit it right in the middle, and just see the letters go everywhere. I want to do that so goddamn bad. Or we'll have our parcels, like, sometimes carriers get so many parcels that they don't fit in the parcel hamper. And so the clerks will start piling the parcels up at the carrier's workstation. And they'll make like a big wall of parcels. And I so bad want that carrier to go, hey, Kool-Aid. And then I just come running through it and just send parcels everywhere. So that's my first one.
Okay, what about you, Trevor?
I don't think my coworkers would go for it.
No.
Yeah.
But on your last day of work, if you do front kicks,
Oh, that's a good idea. Dude.
fuck this
That's
job.
the way to go
Yeah.
out. Screw the last punch bunch where you
Yeah.
clock out for the last time. No, I'm going out. Hey, Kool-Aid.
I would love and pay to see you do it like that. Necessary roughness. Remember when he got all the roughing penalties, doing all the kicks?
Exactly. Yeah, just laying waste to people's organized mail.
Yeah. All right.
So
that's
All right, Trevor, your turn.
All right, man. I don't know if I did this exactly right.
It's okay.
But,
That's all right.
Whenever you come across like a fresh accident out on the
Yeah.
streets, there's actually videos of people doing this now, and I always want to do it. And my kids have watched these videos with me, and they'll roll down their windows, and they'll actually do it. But you get to this fresh accident, the police aren't there or anything yet, and you roll down the window and you yell, "You can't park there!"
Yeah.
And,
Definitely.
yeah, if you
Oh my
look that
God.
up,
how dark is that?
if you look that up, there's tons of videos of it, and it's
And
funny.
your kids do
The
it.
person's always so pissed off. Yeah, there's one
Because
right
they're
by our
already
house.
having a shitty day.
And they roll down the windows, and I don't know if the people can hear them or not, because they're 8 and 11, so they don't have our voices or nothing. But they'll yell, "You can't park there," and I just lose it, cracking
Yeah,
up.
like the car's upside down on the side of the freeway. Hey, you can't park there.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's a good one. That reminds me of when we're driving through the countryside and you see cows, and so you yell "moo" at the cows, and then we started mooing at. I think this was on our trip where we went to hike the Narrows.
Yeah,
I think you two were in the car, and we drive by this farmer driving all slow in his tractor, and you yell "moo" at Trevor, and he just flips us off.
Yeah, I started doing that to every animal I've seen. It'd be horses, pigs, whatever, just move.
It turns out that "moo" sounds a lot like "move."
Ah.
And so I think that might have been the confusion. But yeah, that's like a very mild version of an intrusive thought that Trevor gave into.
Yeah. Every once in a while, once in a while, it's okay to let one off the chain.
Yeah.
Because you can't keep all that shit bottled up forever.
Right.
Right? And so, another
I
one.
do it every time my wife will. Go ahead, Trevor.
Oh, it depends on the one, too. Like, you can yell out a moo or you can't park there, but you can't just grab a titty. Or,
Well, I was going to say
that
my wife lets me scratch that itch, thankfully. That like she knows, like when she walks by, she has to block her ass because I'm for sure going to smack her ass and grab her tits and all that stuff. And she's pretty tolerant about that. If she weren't, I don't know that our marriage would work.
That's going to lead into my third intrusive thought.
All right. Well, we'll get to that when we get to it. All right,
Okay.
Anthony, go for it.
So, this one, we go to Costco quite often. I go to Sam's Club quite often. But I go to Sam's Club enough that I would never do this at Sam's Club. Because I go there the most, and I don't want to get thrown out of there.
Mm-hmm.
But Costco, I'm just kind of a visitor there. It's my wife who usually goes to Costco. And so we'll be walking around Costco, and, sometimes I'll just see, some large women or whatever with these, super duper filled shopping carts.
Right.
And I just want to yell, at the top of my lungs.
Oh, no.
That's a big bitch, and just stuff like that, right? And just with my wife and kid there, because I want to see their reaction, mainly my wife. I want to see her level of disappointment, and in my head, it's funny, even though it's not funny. That's the intrusive thought. I know you can't do it. It's very insensitive.
Yes, that is
right. But it's like this, just thought will just pop in my head.
That's what makes it intrusive, and what makes you a decent human being is not doing it.
Right? It's like, it's not okay to do that, but I want to do it like that. I mean, to where everyone can hear it.
Yeah.
And not to anybody in particular, just in general. Well, I mean, Costco's full of large people.
Yeah, sure.
Right? It's a big box store, so it's not a big deal. And nobody necessarily think, that must be not talking to me.
Right.
Right? And I can't be the only one thinking this. And that's part of it, is that to me, the reaction from other people, it's like with the first time we had Trever on. And he was talking about that what he learned in the health class.
Oh.
Right? That his dick doesn't fit, or his nuts don't fit in the cat's mouth.
Right.
Or whatever.
Yeah, just something off the wall.
Yeah, just off the wall. But he wrote it down. So, that intrusive thought made its way out.
Yeah, that intrusive thought won.
Yeah, it won, right? As he couldn't help it, and he put it out there.
Yeah.
Right? And, just for the reaction, because he, much like me, he's thinking about at some point someone's going to open this. times.
Yeah. Joint grenades.
Yeah, and you know he's not even going to be around to enjoy it, but he knows it's going to be funny.
Yeah.
And so that's one-on-one. That's one that, dude. Every time we go to Costco, the second we walk in there, I start thinking about it.
Yeah.
God damn it, motherfucker, just get out of my brain.
Good times.
Yeah.
All right. So for me, the second one is, every guy likes to pee outside, or I assume they do. And that's one that for me is with me all the time. And so if I have the choice, I'm going to pee in the backyard. I'm going to pee in the woods. I'm going to pee into a bottle rather than peeing into the toilet. You know what? I mean,
weirdo.
Yeah, like I just like peeing
Do you
outside.
just have a big bottle at home?
No,
toilet?
I don't. Like at home, I'll pee in the toilet, but I will go outside instead of going into the toilet.
Are you a big R. Kelly fan?
Yeah,
Even at
I
home?
don't like. No, I don't like that
So wait a minute.
Alright.
So bathroom
at my
within-
house.
Like
Yeah.
you're like bathroom or the glass door to go outside.
Yeah,
You'll just go outside and pee?
yeah, that's my preference. Yeah, but that's not the intrusive thought, or that's the intrusive thought that wins.
Yeah, that one. That's a.
Because it also applies to pooping. Because I've hiked enough, I've gone out enough that I would like to just pop a squat and just poop.
You're super comfortable
somewhere.
with it.
Yeah, I've gotten pretty comfortable with it. And like where I really want to poop and I don't because the intrusive thought does not win, except for a couple times in an emergency, is the back of the mail truck. Like, it's not something like, oh man, I'm going to have to. It's something where if I was given the choice, that's what I would do.
So how many times have you pooped in the back of a milk? Just the
I
one?
think twice.
So, okay, we know there's one that's captured on our episode.
Yeah.
Pooping in a Jack in a Box cup.
Yeah.
What's the second?
I don't remember, but I'm sure it's happened at least one other time.
Yeah.
You know, what people don't realize being a letter carrier is when most people are at work, they can get up and walk to a bathroom in 1 minute or 2 minutes.
Yeah.
When we're at work, sometimes if you're in the middle of an apartment, you got everything opened up, it could be easily 20 minutes before you get to the bathroom.
Right.
If you had too many spicy jalapenos on your nachos and
Exactly.
had too many chicken wings the night before.
Yeah, so that's when it's an emergency, and it's gotten the better of me. But this is the intrusive thought of like when it's not an emergency, when I just feel like I kind of have to go, that I'd like to just spread things out. Like I've got the Biffy bags for taking a shit out on a trail.
Okay.
Where
Do you bring them to work?
I do. I have two in my backpack that I use at work because because I don't ever want to have to rely on a Jack in the Box cup again.
Yeah, or dumper.
Yeah, or dumper, right? Well, yeah, now that there's dumper, right,
Yeah.
that really helps take the pressure off. But I have them just in case, in case there's that emergency. But to the intrusive thought, I would like to use that even when it's not an emergency.
At work?
Just as a preference.
So, yeah, maybe like just walk around to the side of somebody's house.
No,
and just...
in the back of the mail truck.
Oh, only in the back of the mail truck.
Yeah, like I don't want to go, if I have to pee here, I prefer to just go pee in your backyard.
Yeah, I know.
But I don't want to go take a shit in your backyard.
Thank
Right?
God.
Intrusive thought is specific. I don't want to take a shit in
Let
my
me
own
thank
backyard.
you right
Yeah.
now for that.
But I do want to take a shit in the
'Cause
back
if you were
of the
like-
mail truck.
If you're like, Anthony, I gotta go take a dump.
Yeah.
And then you just walked out and made a right instead of a left.
Yeah, you're
to the
right.
house.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What the
Grab
fuck are
your
you
shovel.
doing?
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that must have been the dog.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's that intrusive thought. Intrusive thought number 2.
All right. What
Yeah.
about you?
Number 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good timing. This one's a little more serious. Just, like we were talking about earlier, we were poor and had no responsibilities. We had I don't even think we had car payments and stuff, none of us. But just as, you're growing an adult and then you realize you got 2 kids you're responsible for, a wife,
Yeah.
mortgage, cars, and just retirement and everything. Sometimes, I think, man, it'd be nice just to quit everything and go get a job delivering pizzas and
Oh, dude.
just, coasting through life. you
Like
know?
wind the clock back.
Yeah. Just
And
go out
just-
for that pack of smokes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And, yeah. Just, like what was that movie with Kevin Spacey? Where American Beauty,
Okay.
where he quits this super high end job or whatever, and he goes and he gets a job at a fast food place because he wants the least amount of responsibility possible.
There you go.
And so yeah, he basically just throws in the towel
Right.
and is like, just fuck it. I don't want to do the rat race anymore. I
Yeah.
just want to do the least amount of things possible
Yeah, I mean, Trevor, that's been a guiding motivation for you as long as I've known you. You know, like that was kind of the idea with the post office. Is like I don't ever want to have to worry about what I'm going to do for work.
Yeah, no, I was 100% it. I was making more money at the nightclub, but it was something where I knew I'd have to get a new job every 2 years because nightclubs eventually close.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you're in with the people, you just kind of move on to
You
the
follow
next
like
place.
as a
But
herd.
you also age out of a job like that.
Yeah, but probably, you know, depending on how well you take care of yourself, 35, 40.
Yeah.
Earlier for the women that were the tub girls at the
Right.
nightclub.
Yeah, they're like NFL running backs. Like
Yeah.
they got like 6
Yeah.
seasons in them,
Yeah.
and then like you know when like a running back hits 30, they're
Right.
just done. Like they've got too many carries.
Yeah.
That's like those tub girls.
And if
you
they
know.
were smart, they could have saved a ton of money, bought a house, and never work again.
Yeah,
But,
I mean,
you know,
especially
they're doing
'cause
cocaine.
I bet you some of those girls were probably making 6 figures.
Oh, easily.
You know, but you know they're making 6 figures at 22, and you know,
Yeah.
So, dude, talk about your retirement plan because I know you've told it to us.
Yeah, well, I was 24 years old and was like, you know, the post office, this will be the last job I ever have to get.
Yep.
And, minimum retirement age is 57. So I can bounce with 30 years in, get supplemental Social Security. And, you know, I got my 401k/TSP and that's
Right.
all maxed out. So, you know, I just thought ahead and I could be done at 57.
Right.
Which
And
is
then
awesome.
when you turn 57, what do you plan to do?
he's gonna go kick somebody's shit out of their hands.
Yeah.
Now that you put that into
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to apply like an internship or maybe even a job with the Vegas A's, the Golden Knights, and the Raiders, and do something I'd really like to do.
Yeah.
Where it's not work. You know, I'm enjoying myself. Also,
Right.
there's a thought of
Like
getting
a towel boy.
Yeah. Dude, those guys make like as much money as we make right now.
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I-
even a lackey in the organization makes
I'll
Yeah.
tell you, you know, if I could work and not have to get paid, like the income is irrelevant, right? Doing something like that, like just be a volunteer for like the Knights and just like an usher. Like I'll work for fucking free. I just want to go to the game,
Right.
you know, or something like that, or like
It'd probably be gynecology.
or just you know, like I'll just hang out and like you know clean equipment. Who gives a shit?
What I'd really like to do if it was like a dream situation would be to put in for an internship, show all these like journals I had as a kid, how I wanted to be involved with sports. And if I could be in there with the GM, you know, just fetching coffee and running,
Yeah, who
making
cares?
copies,
Yeah.
and then eventually you kind of get the ear of somebody and, you know,
Yeah,
just whatever happens. And if I'm just watching the games or whatever, you know, that's
Yeah.
amazing too.
yeah. Create Trever Ball where now you're the GM.
Yeah,
You know,
exactly.
let's get that Otani
Yeah.
kid or whatever his name is.
Right.
Yeah. It's dude.
Yeah, so the idea of just like walking out though,
Dude, that's a
dude, I get it.
yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, I
That
get the
sounds nice.
fuck out of that.
Dude, if I
One
could just
time-
wander around the sidelines, that'd be awesome.
Right. One time I let that intrusive thought win when my wife and I were courting and we were living together and we had this really bad blowout and I just left out of our apartment, hopped over the back wall, got on the railroad tracks and just started walking.
I remember you called me during
Yeah, and my
And-
plan was just to
to keep walking forever.
forever.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
Kane from Kung Fu.
Yeah, exactly.
You're gonna go
Just
start-
walk the earth.
You can walk the earth.
Yeah.
And just start solving crimes.
Yeah, it turns out now I know that train track dead ends after like 3 miles.
Yeah, but at the
It's
time-
there, yeah.
You know, the thought was there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, and you could have stepped off the track and just kept
Yeah.
going. Eventually, you'll hit
Cool.
some other train tracks.
Right. Cooler heads prevailed,
Yeah.
luckily. And
Do you remember how far you walked or for
Ah,
how
like
long
a
you
mile.
walked? Yeah.
yeah. And then my wife called me, or my girlfriend at the time, and we hashed things out, and I walked back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for you.
I'm glad
Yeah.
you explained that. I thought you said courting.
Yeah.
Like you were
Yeah,
no,
we're like-
courting.
Yeah.
Courting with a Q. I thought.
Oh,
like
no.
you were jizzing into a milk jug and
Is
keeping
that
it in
what
the
that's
freezer.
called? I've been
That's
doing it all this time. I didn't know it had a name.
Yeah.
Right up.
Yeah.
Yeah. Back in my younger days, I used to be galloning.
No.
And now I'm a
yeah.
little quarter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, get the drop off.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. So
pretty
here's
soon I'm going to be pinting.
just dribbling,
Yeah.
syringing. So here's my third one.
Pouncing.
This one is probably the hardest for me.
Okay.
Okay, this one, it comes up a lot. And so while I'm at work, you know,
Yeah.
dude, I constantly want to kick the people I'm talking to in the nuts.
That's very specific.
But like in the middle of whatever they're doing, just no build up, no nothing, just launch one.
Right.
And I'll just be thinking about how funny that would be.
Yeah.
And shocking. And just to nut shot somebody. And that one, dude, it's sometimes I'm talking to people, it's a tough one to fight. Because I'll just be like, oh, okay, yeah, we're gonna get you some help. And all I'm thinking, man, if I could just launch one right now.
Yeah.
How goddamn
right in the airbag.
Just fucking nut shot.
Yeah.
And dude, that one's hard, and that's a destructive one. That's a hurt somebody else. But I don't want to do it in a mean way. It's like when you're watching baseball or you're watching like YouTube videos and a dad gets hit in the nuts for like a kid's line drive.
Yeah.
And it's just funny. Like I want to do it in that way. Right?
Okay.
Where, it's not like to bring pain, but to bring laughter to everybody.
Yeah.
Well, most everybody.
Yeah, almost everybody. Right. So it's got to be a theme among guys because mine goes, because we didn't tell each other what these would be in advance. And so my third one is essentially right along those same lines, which is I want to tackle people. Like a full-on middle linebacker, don't come over
Terry
the middle.
Tate?
Yeah, like Terry Tate, office line. Dear listener, if you have not seen the commercial series from Reebok, Terry Tate, office linebacker, it's the guy from America's Got Talent. What is his name, the actor?
I don't know who it is.
Yeah, he's a big, handsome black guy, really muscular. Yeah. And he plays Trever. Do you know who that guy is? It doesn't matter. Anyway, Terry Tate, office linebacker.
Yeah, just Google it.
And he just blasts people at the
office. Train's coming.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Like somebody puts their paper into the trash can instead of the recycling. Yeah. And he's like, you gotta put. So anyway.
Yeah.
But for me, it's just like when we were younger, we used to play Don't Come Over the Middle.
Yeah.
You would catch somebody by surprise and just like line them up and don't come over the middle.
And that was before those commercials. We were the pioneers.
Yeah, that's right. I think Reebok got the idea from us.
Yeah.
And so I just want to do that, dude. Like somebody's just walking by unsuspecting and just wrap them up, drive them to the ground.
Yeah, do some Ray Lewis shit.
The feeling of the hit is so satisfying.
Yeah.
As a guy who played tackle football, it feels so good to just make that contact, drive through, put them on the ground, and that's what I want. But I do not do it.
The clean hit that you don't feel.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right, you said you do not do that, but, there's a couple of these don't come over the middle.
Yeah, they have happened. We used to do it.
Yeah. But they're burnt in my mind forever. There was one, we were at Sunset Station.
Yep.
We were leaving. I think we were making some bets or something, but my buddy Chuck was with us.
Yep.
And he wasn't aware of this game. And it was cold. He had his jacket on, his hands in his hoodie.
Pockets. Yeah, that's the important part.
And Alan, who my buddy Chuck, he's probably 5'10", 5'9", and
he was strong,
130 pounds.
Yeah, skinny kid.
Yeah,
and Alan
was like 250.
Saw the opportunity. Yeah. And said, don't come over the middle, and blasted him, and he went flying into the air. He didn't know what the fuck was happening. Yeah. And then hit the ground. And he learned the game, and he'd hit people.
Because his hands were in his pockets, he couldn't protect himself when he went to the ground. And
now he can get arrested for that.
Yeah, should have been arrested then.
And the other one I really remember, I don't know if you remember this one. Okay. We were at that apartment where you lost your virginity. Yes. And I went with our buddy Eddie down to L.A. and we were hanging out on the beach, and I fell asleep.
All right.
And I'm really fair-skinned, and I got burnt to the point of blisters on
yes.
I guess a little lower than my shoulders, kind of near the bicep. And I got back, and that blisters all over the fucking place.
Yeah.
Hurt like hell. And I just got back, and Alan was walking around the corner, and he didn't blast me. He just kind of shoved me with both his arms right on the blisters. On the blisters. He said, don't come over the middle. And then he's like, this is fucking disgusting. I got blister juice all over my hands. And I'm like, that fucking hurt because I had horrible sunburn and he's attacking me. But it was the rules of the game, and we both learned a lesson that day.
That's right. Good time. Man. All right,
you got one more?
Bring us home, Trevor.
Yeah, I do. This one goes with like you were talking about earlier, Alan. Is sometimes I'm with the wife and we're making sweet, passionate love.
Okay.
Little birds chirping and shit. and maybe I'll be hitting it from behind, and I always look down, and there's her sweet little butthole, right?
Yep.
And,
All right, I'm with you so far.
Yeah. So
I'm picturing it with my hyperphantasia.
yeah. So I just find myself fixated staring at her butthole, and it's kind of like when you're young and you're thinking about baseball or something, not to come immediately.
Yeah.
So I'm just fixated on it, and I always just want to shove my thumb in there or a finger.
Yeah.
And to this day, I still have not done it.
Dude.
I honestly don't think it'd go over very well.
Yeah. So
Wait till she's like a grandma, then do it.
one time with my wife, we were having sex from behind, and she was telling me
She put her
in
thumb in.
advance. No, she was like, in advance, she had told me, like, yeah, I like having doggy style sex because it frees up your hands and like you can do stuff with your hands.
Yeah.
And so immediately that's what I thought.
Oh.
Like, oh, great, this is the green light.
She meant like grabbing
And-
titties, right?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Something,
she meant, or play with her clit or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, instead, I put my thumb right in her asshole. And she's like, whoa, what the fuck are you doing? Yeah, that is not what I meant.
That's where that's a lesson to learn
Yeah,
to
lesson
communicate better.
That's right.
Yeah, you blame her.
Yeah,
But you
yeah,
should
it's her
have told it.
Yeah.
It's Air Bud rules. This was
Yeah.
not explicitly
Even
ruled
that's
out.
right.
Therefore,
Yeah,
it is okay.
you didn't say not to put my thumb
Yeah,
in there.
exactly.
Yeah,
So,
good times.
Communication.
All
man.
right,
So
man.
look, guys, the
Yeah.
takeaway here is we hope that you get from this that you're not alone
no.
with your intrusive thoughts, whatever they might be. And at least Trevor has thoughts way worse than this that he wasn't willing to share.
Yeah, he tempered himself,
Yeah.
I'm sure.
And the other intrusive thoughts were like, can I tell these guys what I really want to? No. And no, they don't win. And that's the key, right? It's not, you can't really control what crazy thoughts come into your head. The key is to not act on it.
Sure.
To just let that be something fun that, wouldn't that be funny? Or wouldn't that be interesting? Or wouldn't that be satisfying? But you don't actually do it.
Yeah, unless it's like super shenanigans stuff where like, maybe you hit your buddy and you say, don't come over the middle.
Yeah.
Maybe
Well,
that's
but
okay.
those thoughts don't win anymore because
Yeah.
Lord knows I still think of
We
that.
just hurt ourselves. now.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
I'm too old and fragile to be doing that
Pulled a
anymore.
hammy. All right. Do we have a closing sponsor for today's show?
We do have a closing sponsor. I am pulling it up now. Let's see. It is... dadgummit. Dadgummit, I lost it.
You're killing me, Al.
I'm sorry. It's
No.
Clitty's, the brunch spot. Listeners to the Scafachiverse podcast should pay a visit to Clitty's. Our flagship location is downtown, right by the seaport. We know it can be hard to find tucked away as it is, but if you just keep an eye out for the famed man in the boat, you'll find your way to Clitty's. Try the tuna boat special.
All right. For Anthony Scafachi.
I'm Alan Gigax.
And Trevor, thanks for having me, guys.
This has been a balls deep production of the Scafachiverse podcast. We are out.